How are we doing, shipmates? Hope you all had a good week. Just get everything set up. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. Let's get the up on the main screen. There we go. So I'm set up over there. That's good. Right. Sorry about that. So, this is the third video from our live paint along of these plastic late Romans from Cooking Beast. Brilliant box set so far. Well, it is a brilliant box set, not so far, but it is, I think. This week we're going to do, let's get this light in a better place. Here we go. I've made, there's two sprues for these guys on, so I thought I'd make this one look a bit like the leader. I'll probably do the other one the same way as well, in fairness. So let's get this wet palette open and start getting some paint on there. Let's see. Good evening, Kevin. How are you? Good week? I think we'll just use the matte white on these. Do a bit of shading. Nice. Get some of our medium in there. Just want to get a nice base coat going these guys. Just water it down a bit. Yeah, so I was going to do the unarmored spears this week and do these next week. By Griffin Beast run out of the shield decals that I was using, and this seemed to be the best way around it, so they're going to get the transfers to me during the week, so we can do those next week, which is all good. God, that looks really bright under the light in that white. Glowy glow. Ah, good stuff, Kevin. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, the eye method, that's the easiest one I've come across. I like to make it easy for myself. and then it's just a case of practice, 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 and then a little bit more practice. And really, once you get used to doing it, it don't really take that much long, so you can start doing it to a large number of miniatures. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that helped you. Yes. So yeah, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to put this this white base coat on, and then I'm going to put the light wash over the top. I know, I'll do it differently. We'd drop some. Actually, no, I better stick to it so it all matches in with the other stuff. Good work. Pleased with them? They send us some pictures again. That's always good. Love the ones of the horses. Thank you for stopping your motorbike outside our house. We're just waiting on a new miniature, a new box set. So can't really say until I don't know if they've announced it or. I was over at Beast Towers earlier and picking up some more stuff. For the next videos. They're sort of pre-recorded ones. Not decided what we're going to do on the next live yet. Got another week of Romans yet. So I like doing these. People get to ask questions. I don't really. It's a different style to doing the other videos. I'm not going to really document what I'm saying on these unless people ask me what I'm doing, which is nice. So what did we... Do you want to see the next two video bits I've got? Oh no, I've put them over the other side. So let me grab them. So next two painting videos will be these guys, which are, you read Darren's writing, Highlanders. These are front rank Highlanders. And I've got half, so it's like one gun and 4 crew, but apparently you get 2 in the full pack, and that's for French line artillery. So they should be fun. So that's my next 2 main videos. So yes, you get to see me paint tartan on camera. I'm not sure whose idea that was. Well, let's before we do that red, let's do our barbarian crash. Swap over to my smaller brush so I can really get in there. Picked up some more brushes today. Those are running a bit low. Before I give Army Painters Kalinsky one a go again, see, I tried it before and I wasn't that impressed, but you got to give these things a couple of goes. I thought it was interesting. Well, people watching these videos now is maybe we can look at them together, you know. That does look very white today, the video, isn't it? Get away, noisy small motorcycles. They're only small bikes as well. Bit of flesh in the back there. Okay, these are going to take, they're pretty, these Romans are really quite easy to paint. Oh, now we've got some thunder. Great. So what I'll do is, because these are going to be like the Warlord and his standard bearer. We'll start, we'll do some, we'll get the basic paint job done, and then we're giving some extra. So the 5-hour bowman, how long did you find it, did it speed it up for you a bit? Oh, what is up with people driving around here tonight? I think it's the thunderstorms, we've gone, sent them all crazy. Just gonna let that red sit into there. Can't believe the stormy sky out my window is really, really, really dark. Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, I was having a good chat with the Beast Towers today. Hopefully, Karen's supporting our video, which is good. It's a bit quiet there. I was doing the. Yes. Yes, they've been very busy on the, especially on the front rank stuff. Blimey, here comes the rain. God, I don't know if the microphone's picking that up. That's really loud. Wow. I have to pull the window to a little bit. I think it's one of those storms that's gonna get mad and then calm down. Hopefully. There it goes again. So yeah, we're just putting some of the gunmetal on. It's good. the... I think it's going to glow quite badly anyway, wherever I put light. Oh well. I don't think there's a lot I can do about it, I'm afraid. Let's put that in gold. Just trying to work out what bits we can do in gold and what bits we want looking just metal. I think what we'll do is the leader's helmet as well. Do it in the gunmetal, and then we're going to highlight it back out with gold. That sounds good for you guys. Okay. So next we'll grab our Crusader skin. Get that flesh look we like. Just slightly bigger brush. Nice. Nice cup of tea. Yeah, I was just about to smash into an energy drink. Quite a long day today. I had to do some painting, well, did a little commission, and then visit to Beast Towers. And back for the evening paint job. So yeah, quite a full day. Yeah, so that's the right, let's get that. What we're going to do is use the light tone I've told them about. They're going to put some more into their range early, which is good. Not sure when, but they're looking at it. So yeah, I'm going to, that light tone, just have a quick go around on these. And then I'm going to thin it with the medium. It's just a sponge, just dry the brush out of it. So I can do some little bit of wicking. Take it off the higher edge. Move it around a bit. So, don't mind it looking. If I was just doing these as one-offs, I'd probably do a really thin grey wash into just the crevices with paint. But seeing as how I did all the rest this way, I'll do these this way as well and just do some extra work on them. Yeah, sorry if my voice is a bit croaky. A lot of cover from last weekend. Yeah, I had a gig and then a couple of practices and what have you, and singing solidly for 3 days. All right, what's the airbrush I use? Okay, put me back onto some serious talking. That's better. I've got two that I mainly use. One's a Amazon chips, as cheap as I can find it, and the other one's a Hein and Steinbach. I always get that pronunciation wrong, but you know what I mean. And that's a very expensive one, and in fairness, don't use it very often at all. As I said, only if I'm doing sort of a lot of blending on a bigger miniature or some important miniatures. I tend to use the cheaper one a hell of a lot more. Let's see, I've got a backup cheap one under my desk. Let me just have a quick look at. I can see the box. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Here it is. Oh, right. This is the one I use from, which I grabbed on Amazon. Yeah, there's no other information on the back. Literally, it's just anything like that that's got a dual action on it. I think that set was 20 quid and it comes with a spare hose, which is always handy to have kicking around. But yeah, and let's get it out of its. This is the one it will eventually replace, which, as you can see, is, I was using it earlier. It's a filthy old workhorse, and that's been going pretty strong now for about a year, maybe 2 years. Best part of 2 years, I think. See, it's starting to wear out in the cup. That's wear rather than dirt. And yeah, so that was £20 as well. What do you think about it? It's not a massive investment for the use I get out of it. And the other one, it's over there in the case. The other one is hiding in its case. Steinbeck, which has got a lot finer needle in it and a finer nozzle. Yeah, on that cheap one, I tend to put the biggest nozzle that usually come with a couple of sizes of nozzle on it, and I tend to put the biggest one on, knowing that I'm going to put lacquer and undercoat through it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Using dry brushing, I think so. I would even from using I used to use rattle cans to undercoat, and I noticed the upgrade for them straight away as well. So yeah, if you can, it's a great shout. So this is just our burnt umber. We're gonna hi, how are we doing? Well, as long as it's mainly good. Take the good bits when you can. I was just trying to remember where the cooked breakfast place was on the way to the war game show tomorrow. I know you're the same person. I saw your picture of you went back to school, didn't you? So your mum put a picture up. You didn't tell me if you want to be called Mr. Tails or Mr. David or TD or Dave. Okay, we're going for that lighter wood look on. I think we'll put this beigey colour next. And do some of that around his legging bits. Evening, Rich. How are you? So you guys have missed the. I was showing Kev earlier what the next two videos are going to be. So I visited Beast Towers earlier. Not the live, the recorded ones. Yeah. I'm going. I'm not sure what time we're going, but I might click the live thing and go do some live videoing. But I'm not sure whether to do this or do it on the YouTube, on the Facebook. Facebook Live seems to be a bit more instant or something. I don't know. This one you tend to go live and then it seems to be one definition while you're doing on live, and then it takes about a night to upload into a higher def. I don't know. I don't really know much about how this works. I just know when I look at the Facebook one, it seems to instantly look a bit better. I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps I should have a fiddle around with it and see what happens. That sounds like a plan. I think his crest should be red as well, don't you? We're gonna layer this up a bit because this is our Warlord. I was talking to my friend just before come on about does he remember where, because I think we stopped on the way for a fry up, which was quite a challenge because when you live like half an hour away. But hey, you've got to make an effort, haven't you, going to a show. You've got a bit more travelling to do than I have. I'm not sure technically you need an excuse to stop for a fry up because it's a war game show. I think it's part of the law that you have to stop for food somewhere. I read that somewhere, I'm sure. But as most pirate laws, they're more of a guideline. Right, I'm going to just pop some of this dark tone. Yarg. So how will I spot you, Rich? Will you be wearing a red carnation? Do you follow Pirate Paints on Twitter? Or Facebook? Either or. Alright. I'll try and keep it updated on Facebook where I am. And yeah, I'll do the Facebook Live thing. So if you get a chance to check out your phone, I know you're going to be busy looking at these gorgeous minis, but yeah, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? It's quite strange. My friend I usually go to most of these shows with, he's always goes with a list, and it has to be like oh, yeah, I do kind of look quite piratey, so you should be able to spot me. Although I think a lot of people in our hobby look a bit piratey, don't they? Okay, so we've just done some black over there. Then what we do is get our detail brush, get some of our dip, water that white right out. I'm just going to come back over the highlights of these tunics, tabards, togas, whatever they are. Yeah, I'll try and put some content up on YouTube as well if I can. I usually set off to do that and then forget when I'm at the show because I'm too busy running around getting excited by, like, I don't know, some tanks or something I've just seen, or a cool mini that I want to paint, or I got some black scorpion pirates last time I was at a show. They loved them, and the orc ones, and there's the gobbo ones. Yeah, I'm easily pleased, in fairness. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go around. Yeah, yeah, too many shiny jingly jangly things. Yeah. I think that's what shows are about, isn't it? Well, I don't know. I mean, some people just do go with a definite game plan. I tried that. Um, I wrote a list and everything, and I got back home and still had the list in my pocket, and I had 4 treants, and not a lot else really. Oh, and some tanks. I'd gone for like uh, different flocks and some Thracians and, yeah, all this stuff that, and there was some other stuff that people had asked me to look for, like regulars that needed me to buy stuff for them. Yeah, none of that got bought either. I'm awful. And then yeah, literally, to my, you get home and you look at your haul from the show, and I literally had a box full of tanks that I'd picked up, and yeah, 4 lead treants, which I love. Um, but yeah, they weren't exactly what I went for. Last show I went to, I managed to get some 3D printed dodos. How could you not buy them? There was a dead one. I'm not even drunk. Honestly, I'm not. It sounds like, yeah. It sounds like you're. Yeah, it sounds like you and me. Yeah, there's always one with a plan and one idiot. No offense. It sounds like you're me, like me, the idiot. If none of your mates around you look like an idiot, it must be you. But no, it's everyone treats the show differently, don't they? Everyone's looking for getting something different out of it, which is great. Oh dear. At least the thunder's stopped. It's just raining now. Yes. Also, I was telling you earlier, Kevin, I showed the next videos for. I picked up some miniatures for today from Beast Towers. Was some front rank stuff I picked up. Some Highlanders, so I could do a video on how to paint tartan. So I think someone wanted me to paint tartan. I'm not sure who that was. And I got a gun, French artillery piece. Sorry, I'm not allowed to run around saying I've got guns. Apparently that's frowned upon. I don't know who frowns upon it. I was happy enough. Just gonna add a little rip around there. I'm not sure what we're going to do for our next Friday Night Live. Friday Night Live. That sounds cool, doesn't it? Just going to drop some that light tone Night's Water down over his leg wraps. It's got to be a different name for those, surely. It's got to be. I think I said that before. Somebody said, no, leg wraps. I know modern one's called gaiters, isn't it? Is it gaiters? Well, they're here. Oh, yeah. I think they're still. Did I put them away? Yeah, I think I'll put them back over there out the way. Oh, I got to share something with you. One of my old friends paid a visit and brought me an old Prezi that I need to do a little bit of repair on. Look at this bad boy. He's a bit worse for wear, but look at that little face. What a lovely old boy he is. But he's missing a claw and one arm. Unfortunately, it's not on the base. Sometimes you just get stuck to the base and then you see where it's come off. But yeah, I think that's a proper dragon, isn't it? So I have to sort him out. I just thought I'd share that with you because I was too excited not to share it, in fairness. And we need our. Oh no, it wasn't troglodyte blue, was it? It was void shield. That's Viking blue. Romans get upset if you paint Viking blue. It's that one, I think. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm like a yeah, it's like a home for poor old miniatures that need fixing and a safe place to retire. Yeah. Fun enough, that particular dragon, I've wanted one of those for years and years and years and years and years. And they're so old and so fragile and so rare that I didn't think I was going to get one. And there he is, turns up out of the blue. Yes, another friend rehomed a load of old Rail Path ones. That was funny. Been going through those in the week as well. Yeah, so yes, you're absolutely spot on. How big? How big was this big spider? Our band's called Big Ass Spiders. It's quite weird because whenever I type our band name, I get all these spider images come up, which is quite funny. Because I should imagine. Oh, oh shit. Yeah, because I should imagine what we I'd call a big spider over here is not quite the same. Yeah. So did it pinch any of your brushes or my God? Good man. Yeah, so I should imagine that's a little bit disconcerting when you're concentrating. Did you get a feeling you were being watched? Hmm, that's a good question. I've it depends what effect you got. I've used a watered down red wash over pink. That looks quite cool. Uh, depends what Depends what you want it to look like at the end, really, that one. Or you could use a purple, a watered down purple, but that's very dark. You can always use the purple to do shadows on anything, really. Yeah, I'd probably go for, if I wanted to wash a pink, I think I'd stick with a watered down red. Pink's an interesting colour, it really is. Next time you've got to paint some yellow and you've got a bit of time and you want to experiment, instead of painting white under a yellow or even a darker yellow, try it with pink. Your first layer of pink. It's not wind up, just try it. It's really quite strange. So don't know if it'll show up on, yeah, let's see what happens. It might work on here. Let's leave that to dry for a minute. Okay, so we've got the, about that beige, and we're just gonna pick a few highlights up in those wraps. My phone's alerting me about something. I ain't got a clue what. Perhaps it wants some power. Sorry about the wobble while I plug there. I know it's alright. I just kind of randomly edge highlighting their wraps, as we've come to call them. Now I'm going to go and pick out some of the flesh. I don't think I did the eyes on the rest of this box set, so I'm not going to do the eyes on these ones. I'm going to keep them that sort of tabletop look. See, paint their short hands, but that obviously it's a good habit to get into. Okay, right. That's pink to dry. Demonic yellow. Hopefully it won't pull it up. let's use a bigger, softer brush. Oh, it's picking up a bit, but you can see what's happening there. How easy does that yellow cover the pink? Yeah, that's one of the suggestions they made to me earlier, that I thought I'd get a brigade and do a paint along with it. To be honest, I just yeah. So on the let's try and take put some shade over these miniatures. So as you can see on their tunics, I put a photograph on YouTube, sorry, on Facebook. But yeah, if you water down the light tone so it just runs into the crevices, and then just pick the back out like we do with the flesh, just pick out the high again. You can then then you can keep going with that as well. You could, for instance, you could do another layer of white higher. So let's do that, shall we? So at the moment I've base coated it in the white, and then I've put that light tone on it, and then it's all about thinning your paints down. I've thinned that white down again, and I'll just come back in again and come right onto the edge of each highlight, and it's gonna be like you've blended each layer. Then you can take it to wherever, just aim for those high points. So the white's going to look a little bit, the tunic's going to look a little bit dirty in patches, which it would be. There we go. I tell you, the light is just glowing off of that. I know it's hard for you to see. But yeah, hopefully I'll put some I will put some pictures up and make it look a little bit so you can see it better on the light box. But it's just, you know, white in it. So the light gets on it and boom, I'm gonna glow everywhere. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see on the map there. The that yellow went right over the top of that pink. It's starting to show for a little bit, but it doesn't on the miniature very much. You can always just bung a little bit more yellow on it, but it's an interesting thing. I don't use it very often. I tend to, if I'm going to do some yellow, you use a darker yellow. I just thought where you mentioned pink, it was a good excuse to say something cool. As for painting pink, I did some Napoleonics that had pink tunics and that. I can't remember which they were off the top of my head. I can't remember. But anyhow, what I did is when I did the undercoat, did the Xenophil, I just went quite heavy on the grey, and then I came back and did a very high white highlight right at the top, and just concentrate that on the bits I knew were going to be pink. Just bosh straight over the top. It's all about, especially if you paint like a lot of miniatures, it's all about making it easy for yourself. I think that's the key. That all these people trying to sell you speed paint and blah blah. It's only fast if your techniques, right? They're selling you a technique in a bottle, basically. I just wanted to show people as well. There's different ways to paint fast. Yeah, just pop in some gold on there. I do think this particular sets, all the plastics are good, but this, I thought the Arabs were a really good buy, but these Romans are cracking. I'm just going to put an undercoat of this gold on, and then we'll put a wash over the top of that to make it look a bit antique, and then we'll highlight it up. Original time, 1 hour. Blimey. I've been nattering a lot today. Yeah, just doing some of these buckles and stuff in gold as well, just to make it a bit interesting, really. And what we do now, I must admit, I do, when I'm painting a lot of army stuff quick, I do use more tone than if I was just painting an individual miniature, but you can use the tones in lots of different ways as well, so that's cool. Anything that works and gets you a nice sort of finish that you're happy with, go for it. That's nice of some live parts a car outside where they're waiting for someone and played some music. It's good. If it's not copyrighted, otherwise YouTube will take me down. I'm just going to drop this red tone surprisingly over the red. Then we're going to grab the blue tone, and we all know where that's going. Yep, not even going to say it. But I'm going to go on with a smaller brush, and I'm going to wet the brush first, just so the tone will run a little bit smoother off of it. don't overload it, because I don't want this to go onto the tunic, so we're just aiming to get it into that. There's a nice groove around the bottom there. Showing that blue burn in there. Being really light touch. So it's about a nice light touch. Yep. Yeah, I was looking at the soldier Napoleon rules. They're great, but they're quite figure heavy, aren't they? And so we grab some, and I'll wait to the video, and then I'll explain in the video when I do the front rank one. That'll be better. I shall keep my powder dry. Yeah, it's also like using the tones like panel line, really, here. Again, you could have done this before you done the white highlight, just in case. If you're unsure, do this before you do the white highlights. You can pick up any little mistakes. Although, if you do overrun with this blue a bit, it's not a major problem. Just add water to it, or wash, or dip stuff until it's washed out. Can you see on the blue? Yeah, that's picking up. That's picking up quite nice there. It's not even too glowy at the moment. It's quite glowy, but so now what we do is we grab some strong tone. And we grab a little bit of dip. And we'll just do the Draco's pole, as it were. Again, so that's gone quite dark. So what we'll do now, we'll grab the dip, and I'll leave the stuff right at the top. And we'll just make it a bit runnier in the middle. And just move it around on there. What I'm trying to do is almost give the weird bit of shading on there. So it's, if you want, you can put a little bit more on the top. Now it's wet, it kind of blends better. It's almost when it goes on dry, it sort of sticks where it's you put it in that, but we're trying to make it run around a bit. That was well, hopefully, I mean, Most stuff I've learnt over the years as I've watched other people and thought, and trial and error. So I think you can always learn. I watch loads of different people and see what they're doing differently to me. Yes, the thing you've hit on there is practice. The more you practice with any technique, I think the more you will learn, the more you'll get better, and you'll develop your own technique, and you'll grab things off of different people. I do. I think everyone does. But thank you for watching. It's nice for me. I was telling to the Beastie Boys today. It's really nice for me to do this one on a Friday. Just to get some instant. It's nice to have people ask you questions, and sometimes you paint yourself thinking, why am I doing that? Why do I do it that way? And it makes you question yourself, which is good. Okay, going to hit a mid-brown now, and I'm going to use this to go onto the gold. You can use I quite often use a flesh colour, but this mid-brown is very similar. It's got that bit of red in it, you know? I'm just going to take a bit off the brush. I just wanted to go around the edge, the rim of the helmet, just to give it a bit of extra shadow. So now, instead of putting these on as a thick wash, I'm kind of painting them onto the areas I want them on. Just going to give that golden, interesting look. Yes, please, yeah. There's lots of different ways you can make black work. It all depends on your out. I think it's that age-old one, isn't it? Is if it's white, why don't you just paint it white? And if it's black, paint it black. That works. When people say it's difficult to paint black, it's difficult to paint white. Well, it's not. It's how complicated you want to make it. And the GWA is paint it black and dry brush with a dark blue or a dark grey, and just take the grey up to wherever you like. One fun way with black is to white base it and then build up the areas of black with really thin layers until you get it as black as you want. That's fun, but it's a lot of time to achieve the same thing. I could show you a real cool way that I'd like doing black. Okay. So the red is still got some wash on drying. The blue, so we're waiting for washes to dry a little bit at the moment. So what we do whilst we're doing that is we get our Old Faithful Oak Brown, which I've watered down, so it's probably too watery already. Let's get one of our cheap brushes. I pick these up at shows and stuff, just do stuff like this. I think actually these were from Amazon Black Friday or something. They work out like 20p a brush, these ones, which is amazing. But they don't last very long, but they don't need to doing this sort of stuff. So get that on board. I've actually painted some of the Brunswick ones. I think there were some of the demo ones I did right at the start, and they were just... It's a big can of worms painted for Napoleonic people. Oh, I don't profess to be any knowledgeable person about it, which you already know. But guys that know about the Napoleonics, I take my hat off to. They really know their subject. Okay, so that's... I always like that bit because it shows the miniature up better. You see what you've got. I say I've been on video for 1:20 now. So not exactly rushing these, but we didn't want to rush these because they're the Warlord, so they look a little bit better. Right, while they're doing, we can get here's some shields I undercoated earlier. We can get them going. And that's a big part of the way I try and paint, is always be busy, always do something, never wait. I never wait for anything to dry. I'm always on the next bit. Which is probably why I limit what I do with the speed paint. It actually slows me down waiting for it to dry. Not that, as we know, not that it hasn't got its uses, because I do like it. I think for some people it works brilliantly. Yes. Let's see how we're drying. So the red's dry now, so let's get our next red we're going to use, which is going to be pure red. I just realised, Rich, you've gone from getting me to paint tartan to painting black. Make up your mind, man. I did ask at Beast Towers if they sold tartan paint, but apparently I can't afford it. Which is fair enough. And now I'm just going to pick out some of these higher points and edges. That brighter red. I'm going to be coming back in with the orangey red in a minute. So have you painted a lot of tartan stuff before, Rich? Okay, it's high points of that. And then we're going with Mars Red, which is like a nice reddy orange. Fair play. Yeah, I've done a fair bit. I've done the Highlanders before, I've done Scots Greys. Yeah. I've got your back. I'll make a nice fail-proof, easy system for it. Yeah, that's quite interesting. When I do the Irish and Scots and well even Picts and any Dark Age stuff, I like deconstructing the tartan. So try and do it so it's like well they're starting to have the idea how to do tartan, but not quite perfect like the modern style tartan. I don't like seeing those sort of Dark Age stuff too modern, if you know what I mean. So you know, you could do one that has like just a stripe down the edge of his tunic, and then another one that's got like a stripe, but then across the bottom it's got a line. So yeah, just really sort of build it up. Maybe just one or two different colours. That kind of works for me. I don't think I've got the Irish ones I painted. Um, if you have a look on, if you've got me on Facebook and scroll down through lots and lots and lots, you'll probably find some Irish that I've done recently. I mean, there's nothing wrong with painting full tartan, but I just like the idea of this is the origins of the tartan, and it just makes me feel good about it. Probably no one else notices, but probably thinks I'm being lazy, not painting tartan properly. But we will know. Okay, so we've got the Mars Red. I'm going to get some Lava Orange. Oh, cheers. Yeah, I like seeing the. I say I like seeing the photographs of stuff. That's good. One can do this. I'm gonna just paint little bits, just little bits of orange highlight. Quite built up. Quite a bit of this red. So I'm just going for the high bits of this, which will work when it's dry. Going to highlight back out some of that blue. I just want to just clean up the middle bit a bit. There we go. I think that's going to be all right for them, in fairness. base is drying. So let's see how these shields are getting on. Yeah, the back's dry pretty good. So, the little big man shield designs. Where's the other one? Don't know if you guys are used these before. Presumably most people have. I want to do a demo of what happens when you... So that grey there looks like it's going to be light enough. Okay? And I always, as you know, I'll grab the beige or even that light brown and I come back across and paint the shield without putting my fingers all over it, usually. Damn it. Okay. Do that one. Okay, I'm not too worried if I get to on the boss because the... Okay, so when you paint them, the transfers will come out looking like that. They will be nice and bright. If you leave it just on the grey, they go all dark. They're slightly transparent. It's a bit like our under shading. So it's something you can do if you want a dark finish on your things, but that's the same colour. It's the same colour shield design. So always, I would say, I can't really see much of a reason to do them that colour, but if you can, that's cool. Because if I wanted that darker, I would tend to start off the light and then put a wash over it if I wanted it to do. But I actually, in fairness, prefer painting the shields. But it's horses for courses. Some people like transfers, some people like them painted. However, whatever it does for you, go for it. But I thought that was interesting to show you, just so you know. If I have to mess up a shield design thing to show people, that's fine. So yeah, so we're just... There we go. They can be drying now. Let's have a look at how our miniature is getting on. Right, the base is dry now, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab... Oh no, we're not going to grab Space of Experience Theory, we don't want to do that. We're going to grab Banshee Brown. We're going to put a little drop on the dry palette. And we're going to get my dry brushing sponge. And grab one of my cheap brushes. Cheapy brush. I'm going to load it up. Take some of it off. Check it, still too much on there. Check it, still too much on there. I'm going to go lightly, so I'm going to keep the brush quite flat. So I'm just going to catch some of the top bits on there. I'm going to go quite lightly. That's the beauty of dry brushing, you can hit it a second time. And go over it a little. As you know, your brush is drying, go a little bit harder. So you're right going mad. There we go. Job done. We don't need to dry brush anymore, so we can wash it through. I didn't really put that in my mouth to make a tip. It's just a vicious rumour. Don't tell my wife, please. Thank you. Okay, next we're gonna use the black just to use the character size brush for this one. Yes, yeah, absolutely right. I just didn't put the eyes on these because I hadn't done on the other ones. I usually put them on everything, even if I'm painting a whole entire army. I'm pretty sure I didn't do the eyes on those. I'd better double check. Good point. I think the eyes bring it all to life, don't they? Let me grab one of the miniatures out of the tray behind me. There we go, we're back again. Yeah, so I didn't do the eyes on the troops just to speed it all up for the video. Naughty me. As you see from that shield when it's all painted in, and they got the nice matte finish on it, it's gonna look great. But yeah, I'm with you 100% on the eyes. But for some reason, I just thought it'd be quicker just for these, just do a quick paint through and not do the eyes on these. So I can't really do the commander, otherwise the rest will look a bit daft. So I'm gonna have to stick with it. But I won't do it to you again, promise. So yeah, on that Draco, I think to make it look absolutely funky, I think I might do a blue stripe down it. Just because I can. Let's do it with this psycho brush, shall we? Make the brush wet. You lock your hands, one against your bench, finger in there. Make that sort of complete lock. There you do the eyeballs. Just gently. I have to stop talking while I do it because I don't so much hold your breath. I don't think that's a good plan, but I just kind of relax it all a bit. Of course, once you've got it on there, you can decide to thicken it out a bit if you need to. I'm going to make it a bit thicker there. So it follows the shape. There we go. It's merely because I want it to. It's not, I don't know, it should or not. I just think it's going to look cool. Evoking the rule of cool. Again, if you only use this brush for stuff like this and eyeballs, they do last really well. Good investment. I mean, I do stacks of painting, and Can't remember last time I changed my brushes. So I picked some more up today. I picked up the, as I said earlier, I picked up one of the Kalinsky ones. Give that a second chance. There we go. So that's the Draco looking posh. That mid brown wash is given a bit more interest, like it's kind of a bit aged. So all that needs to do on there is always save the little plastic bit for your Psycho. So yeah, let's cut these shields out and get them stuck on. So I've already done the trick with the peeling the paper first. Hold one edge, peel the paper back, let it go. Don't squish it down. And then just, I think I've got these nail scissors at the range for like 50p or something. They do last a while. Even the cheap ones like that, because I'm not really doing much with them. In a good couple of years I've had these ones. But if they go blunt, you can just go and grab another pair. There we go. Okay, peel it back, let it go. It's so much easier than first time I did it. I tried to peel them all separately, just cut them out, and there's no good. I just decided to put round shields in these ones to make them look a bit different. Okay, so they're all trimmed out. So you'll see how easy this lifts off now. There we go. No hassle at all. I'm just gonna pop them on the plastic, press them down. And so the plastic, there it goes, gone. I always fold them in half when I've taken them off, so they're easier to pick up off the side. There we go. So they're stuck on. Let's see if there's anything else you want to paint on there. I'm dying to paint the eyes, but I know that they look daft now with the rest. I think there's plenty good. So what we do now is we'll grab a big black regiment brush. We're gonna water down the backs. I usually would have left them a little bit longer to make sure the glue, because it's like an air glue thing. So the longer you leave it, the drier it gets. But there we go. Look how easy that comes off. I'm just going to make sure it's nicely smoothed down. It is nice and smoothed down. So leave that to dry for a sec. They do adhere quite well, so. So your brush is wet, just make sure it's all got no air bubbles and they're nice and flat. I'm going to do now, so I'm going to stick them on some good old super glue. I need a little hole for the hands to go in. Take the transfer off first. You can see what angle you're putting their shield on, which is good. So you could have put one oval on them, one round, but I thought they might like lighter shields because they're the boss guy as well, and he's got that Draco to hold. Draco. So give those time to set for a minute. You need a little drop of gun metal. Hopefully the super glue is dry enough. If this pops off, I'm going to go very lightly. Just paint the boss in. That's cool. Around the edge, I think the stuff that I used for the spear, this pole or whatever, is going to be about right. So I've watered it down just a little bit. Just try it around the edge. It matched in with the, yeah. So now it's thin, it's just going to blur in a bit. Once it's dried and once it's got some matte lacquer over it. I'm not putting so much at the bottom because there's a different brown down there because it's made it look like it's muddy. So I'm going to come around the back of the shield and just do a bit of edging. There we go. A bit around there. Needs a little bit more on it. It's all painted in nicely. This Friday night's much easier when I don't try and paint 16 miniatures all at once. How many was it? I can't remember how many was it done last week. Oh no, it was the week before, wasn't it? So next Friday is going to be a challenge. I've got 16 unarmoured spearmen to paint. But we'll do it. There we go, so that's the shields painted in. So literally all we've got left to do that on that now is stick a tuft on it and lacquer it. So that's an hour and 50 minutes. I'm happy with that. You guys happy with that? It's going to go with these guys quite well. Nice. Alrighty. Well, I think that's all we can do on there tonight. Thank you, Rich. So 10 minutes to the 2 hour. Not bad. So yeah, saying is, so next recorded video is going to be one of the front rank ones, either an artillery piece or the Highlanders. They're in the bags. I picked them up this afternoon. What else? Not decided what the next Friday live is going to be. So one more week of the late Romans, and then so I'm open suggestions on that one. Whether it's another 4-point box set or something. Maybe the Irish. I've done an Irish video though, I believe. Maybe the Scots. I shall have a look. I shall investigate. Maybe the Scots. That might be good. I think that's about it, really. If anyone's got any questions before I go. I'll give you a moment for the feed to catch up. Okay, so with that said, I shall hopefully bump into some of you at the colours tomorrow. I should imagine I'll be there in the morning. Yeah, cheers, Rich. I'll keep it updated on you on Facebook, and then so if you check that, maybe you'll catch me, maybe not. If I do, it'd be really good to meet you, and if not, I'll maybe jump on Monday evening if I found anything interesting. But yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Have a good week. Yeah, it's Pyro Rich signing out. Thank you for joining me again. If you're watching this recorded, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. And I'm away. Cheers then. Bye bye.